Welcome to Module 3. We were talking about innovation the last time, but today we will talk about lean startup, okay? So bear with me, this is a longer video, okay? We will start with a very simple question. How do you actually generate innovative entrepreneurial ideas? How do you go from an idea into a viable opportunity, okay? Well, there are many methods, okay? We will talk about lean startup, but I want you to know that there's many other methodologies that you could use and other entrepreneurs are using. Okay, so design thinking is one of them, certainly lean startup, human centered design. It doesn't matter which one you're using, okay, but all of them have basically three core concepts or principles, okay, which I find very, very important, okay. First of all of them, okay, advocate, they, uh, they want entrepreneurs to design based in customers' need. So you need to depart from a pain, okay, a problem, a real problem in the market, okay. If you don't consider the customer's needs, you may fail to create the right opportunity. It may not even be an opportunity, okay? Then you need to test your ideas, okay? You need to go to the market and make sure your assumptions, your hypotheses were the right ones, okay? And you need to learn in the process. It's all about learning. So this should be a learning experience, okay? And then change directions, pivot. If you find out some of your assumptions were not the best ones, well, you need to change. You need to add or take out some features. You need to change your business model. You may need to change many important components you thought were core or important for the customers, okay? So you need to be prepared to listen, okay? And to change and adapt quickly, okay? Before lean startups, okay, when you ask an entrepreneur, okay, what exactly I need to do to go from this amazing idea in my mind to creating, okay, a successful startup? Most of them will tell you, well, you need to start by writing a business plan, okay? The business plan was basically the learning experience or the learning platform that entrepreneurs use to basically formulate their hypothesis on what they thought was the right opportunity, business model, and forecast for the company. Okay. Without business plan, they went to banks or investors to raise money. Eventually, without money, they'll create a startup, and finally, they will go ahead and start selling to customers. Well, the problem was, well, that many of those startups failed between the first and the fifth year of operation. Okay. From every 10 startups that were created, basically 2.5 survived. Okay. That's a huge failure rate. So lean startup basically said, okay, something is wrong with this system, with this methodology. We need to increase your chances of success. We need to do something so when you launch your startup, you're better prepared, okay, to go after that market and to delight your customers. So that's exactly what lean startup is all about, okay? And again, there's a famous book, The Lean Startup, wrote by Eric Ries. You can look for the book, okay? And there are many articles that talks about lean startup. Based on the definition, okay, provided by the book, okay, and a startup, it's a human institution designed to create new products and services under conditions of extreme uncertainty. This is very important, okay, because startups are created under these specific conditions. The methodology proposed a system, okay, a set of steps, okay, and activities so you can reduce uncertainty, okay? Because this is like your startup, your new product. It's basically so novel that nobody have done it before. You won't be able to find benchmarks or to make sure the way you propose to do things are the best one. So again, lean startup aims to reduce the uncertainty in the process and to give you, okay, some sense of direction. So probably um, the, the, the method, okay, that reflects or better reflects what lean startup is trying to do is the scientific method that you learned many, many years ago, okay? The scientific method proposed like you depart from a question, okay? You design, you write your hypothesis, you test your hypothesis, you gather data, you analyze it, and you have conclusions, okay? So more or less, lean startup, it's proposing, okay, a scientific method so you can learn, okay, in the process and make sure your conclusions are the right ones, okay? Or at least are the ones that will increase your chances of success with your startup, okay? So how does this look like? Okay, so you depart from an idea, in this case, the problem, okay? You found a gap in the market, something that it's needed, okay? A customer that it's eager to pay for something new and better. So you create your hypothesis, your list of hypotheses, and then you create a minimum viable product. The minimum viable product, it's in fact your experiment, okay? It doesn't need to be a final product, doesn't need to be pretty. This is just a mechanism so you can learn, you can go and present it to your customer or potential customer. What exactly is your value proposition? What are the benefits that your product or service will offer them? And make sure, okay, that you receive as much feedback as possible, okay? Because once you validate, okay, your hypothesis or you find that indeed you need to change a few things to delight your customers, okay? Well, you either validate or you simply change, you pivot, okay, until you create something you're sure will delight your customers, okay? Once you have that model, once you have all your answers, then you create the startup. Then you decide to launch, okay, your product or service. Eventually, once you get traction, once you start your sales and you can prove that your model, your product, all your assumptions were the right ones, you can move into looking for financing, for money, and certainly scale your business, okay? Questions? So validated learning, it's basically a core concept of lean startup. This is a learning journey. You need to learn from your customer. You need to use your minimum viable product to learn. You need to pivot accordingly, okay? And you need to use that knowledge to create something that will increase your chances of success, okay? Important, okay? Your value proposition. If you're going to communicate and learn from your customer, you need to have a clear and easy value proposition they can understand. So make sure you actually have that, okay? Clear and easy to understand value proposition. You need to have the list of benefits you're providing your customer. Then the product itself should be simple, okay? If you want to gather as much feedback, if you want your customer to react to this product or service, make sure it is simple, easy to understand as well, okay? Listen to your customers, look for patterns, okay, in the feedback you receive. If many of those potential customers highlight something that you need to improve, make sure you do it, okay? And then to start learning, you don't need to have a final product. We will talk about the minimum viable product, okay? But this is a simple, okay, version of your product that the only, okay, objective, okay, of this minimum viable product, it's to go present your product or service to your customer and learn. Okay, so you don't, if you could save money and time, okay, do it. You don't need to spend tons of money to create something that eventually you may need to change dramatically after you gain kind of data from your customers, okay? And finally, lean thinking means creating value to customers. So you need to focus, okay? You need to focus on creating value. How do you do that? Well, make sure you're providing as many benefits as possible to those customers. Minimum viable product, okay? Again, it does not need to be perfect, okay? You just need to test your most important hypothesis. And then you need to focus, okay, on the core features that you want to offer, okay? You don't need to have everything. Just go out there and get feedback from your customer, okay? Improve and change whatever is needed or needs to be changed, okay? So pivot accordingly and make it a learning experience, okay? Keep a record of every single feedback you receive, okay? So then you can go back, find patterns, understand, and even kind of create, okay? Creates additional data from just having everything single feedback together. So you can kind of create some relationships, cause and effect, things like that, okay? Just as you would do with any experiment, okay? Think about the scientific method. Pivoting is basically, okay, changing directions, okay? So you thought it would work for customers, but it didn't. So you change direction, and change of direction could mean you change your business model, you change the price, you change the features. So you basically add some other benefits, or you get rid of some of the features because it doesn't matter, okay, for the customers. They don't care, they don't need them, okay? You do that until finally have the right formula, okay, to delight your customers. The goal of a startup is to figure it out the right thing to build. Focus on that, okay? So remember, according to, and this is also part of the foundations of Lean Startup. But in this case, I got this information from the 4 steps to the Epiphany from Steve Blank, okay? And it basically presents all your startup growth phases, okay? So customer discovery is when you build your minimum viable product, okay? Then your customer validation, it's when you have initial sales, okay? And this is really important because if you fail to sell to customers, well, something must be wrong. You're not providing them with the right value proposition, your product is not delighting them, or they may not need it at all, okay? Once you have those initial sales, okay, your job is to scale those sales and to create some efficiency, okay, with your company, the processes, the protocols. So this is called customer creation. So you go from validating, okay, that you built the right thing to actually create, okay, the pipeline of customers even willing to come back and buy again from you. Once you create this, the next phase is just company building, which is to transition into a formal organizational structure, a big company that it's prepared to keep innovating and to grow their business, even to scale internationally. Okay, so these are the 4 startup growth phases. Okay, describe it. Okay, by Steve Blank. Key learnings from Lean Startup. Starting a new venture requires management discipline. Okay, so just as the scientific method, you need to be very disciplined. You need to record your findings. You need to learn. You need to understand what exactly you're testing. okay, and why you're testing that, what exactly I want to see and test in my minimum viable product, okay? What's the kind of data I want to gather? Scientific learning is core to eliminate waste. And when we say eliminate waste, well, Lean Startup is aiming to reduce the time, okay, effort, and the money you could be spending in creating your startup, okay? That's basically what entrepreneurs did before. They were spending a lot of resources, money, time, okay, writing a 100-page business plan, going after the bank and raising money. And then later, they were finding, well, that the product they built was not the right one. So Lean Startup is getting rid of all that waste, okay? Learning milestone instead of company departments. So instead of focusing on creating a company, bringing people in, okay, creating the marketing department, the finance department, well, you need to understand that Lean Startup, it's about learning first. So what exactly we need to learn from the customer and from the market before we keep, okay, engaging more people and more resources, okay? And business plans are, as we knew them, well, are outdated, okay? I want to highlight that business plans still have value, okay? Maybe this shows that a business plan should be done later. And even today, most banks and investors will ask, okay, would ask for a document with more details, financial projections, and certainly some coherent information about how you think you will develop and grow your company. So bear in mind that the sort of business plan that entrepreneurs use to initiate the process, okay, of starting a business may not be used, okay, today to actually test your hypothesis and define your business opportunity. But later on, okay, you would need those skills and you would need like a formal document to go after, okay, investors or financing from a bank or any other financial institution, okay? You would need a formal document, okay? It may not be the operational business plan of 100-page, but you will certainly need something, okay, with further details about your opportunities, okay? There's a Lean Canvas video, okay, and in module 3, you have an assignment that is about creating a Lean Canvas. So please bear with me. I'm going to play the video, okay, and I think I will probably need to change my screen here. Stay with me. Yes, I need to change my screen. Hold on. Bear with me. Okay, hopefully everybody will be able. This is an 8-minute video, okay? We will provide a link to this video as well in your module.
Hi, this is Anna at Railsware. Today we will have a look at the Lean Canvas, a tool designed by Ash Maria to help startups analyze the strengths and weaknesses of their business model. And also we will practice using Lean Canvas on the Uber example. To work out your business activities, you need a business plan. A good business plan requires a massive amount of work. But how can you verify your idea before investing so much time and effort? Lean Canvas can help you with that. You need a Lean Canvas if you want to create a product that will be in demand in the fast-changing market. This tool allows startup founders to mitigate the risk and uncertainty associated with the product inception. The Lean Canvas is a one-page document consisting of 9 boxes to be filled in. It originates from Alex Osterwalder's business model canvas. Initially, the last one was designed for well-established businesses and not really applicable to startups. That's where Lean Canvas comes in. Its key difference from the business model canvas is its problem-solution-oriented approach and focus on the customer. To address this, the 4 business model canvas boxes, namely key partners, key activities, key resources, and customer relationships, were replaced with problem, solution, key metrics, and unfair advantage respectively. That helps founders focus their products on resolving their customers' problems instead of specific features of the product. In practice, it doesn't take a huge amount of time to fill in the Lean Canvas. We recommend you to stick to the following order, but it's not obligatory, and you're free to choose the way you feel comfortable with. Let's do this together through the example of the world-known peer-to-peer ride-sharing app, Uber, back when it was getting off the ground. We should start by defining the target customer. Many startup founders suffer from a common misconception called "everybody needs my product." Narrow down the customer segment as accurately as possible. You'll be able to expand it later on if you blossom out. Uber offers its service to passengers and drivers. The passenger segment can be split narrower by demographics, type of usage, and socioeconomic characteristics. Drivers also divide into users who opt for Uber as a full-time job solution and those who leverage it in addition to their main job. It's best to mark each segment in different colors your convenience. In the early adopters section, you can specify the actual people who will be the first to use the raw product and provide feedback. These may include first customers, developers, friends, and even you, the startup founder. In the problem box, we refer to customer problems that your product is meant to solve. If you have several customer segments with different problems, you may make separate canvases for each of them. Here, we have specified problems for passengers and drivers separately. Therefore, we've got such problems as expensive taxi service, availability of cabs, long waiting time during the rush hours, advanced booking is often required, and lack of driver profile for passengers. Drivers need extra income, a part-time job opportunity, and awareness of who they are going to drive. In the existing alternatives section, you should place your closest competitors that are already solving the specified problems. We split the Uber existing alternatives according to different user segments. So passengers can opt for public transport, a taxi service, or ride with a friend. And drivers are limited to taxi service and other full or part-time jobs to get income. The product you are going to create must bring revenue. Usually, entrepreneurs use the cost-based approach, where you need to calculate costs and add a margin. However, we recommend you to rely on the average value required for the customer to solve the problem. For example, Uber takes around 25% of the pay for each ride. All problems you specified in the neighboring box should be matched by the relevant solutions. Explain what experience the customers are meant to have. Uber offers a cheaper ride opportunity, wide car network, fast pickup, route tracking, as well as drivers and passengers' ratings to solve the mentioned problems. Cooperation with your target customers will allow you to learn their needs and offer the most suitable solution. It's no accident that the unique value proposition box takes the central part of the Lean Canvas. The unique value proposition is a brief message which is meant to attract customers' attention. You need to describe the uniqueness of your product and show its key difference from the existing alternatives. Uber attracts customers not only with its speed and low price, but also a package of services in one app, which allows you to find a safe ride 24/7, 365. Drivers, in turn, opt for Uber as they can work on their own schedule, manage their revenue, navigate the route through the app, and forget about taxi license issues. In the lower part of the unique value proposition box, there is a place for creating a high-level concept, a short and easy-to-understand statement about your product. It's a kind of elevator pitch you will use when addressing your product. As an example, Uber is like a taxi, but cheaper, safer, and more flexible. Even the most groundbreaking product on the market can fail if the customers are not aware of it. Specify communication channels to reach out to your target audience. In our canvas, Uber relies on PR, word of mouth, and user referrals. Define key tracking metrics to measure the progress of your business. Initially, you can do with one key metric like minimum success criteria, meaning the outcome that can be deemed a success. Later on, you can expand your lean canvas with other vital metrics. As for Uber, they factor in the number of users and rides, money earned, and referred users. The fixed and variable costs find their place in the cost structure box. These may include costs for the office rent, hardware, recruitment, market research, etc. It's enough to narrow your time window to a particular milestone like a product release or achieving the first 100 customers. Once your cost structure box is filled in, you can balance it with revenue streams and get answers to such questions as how many customers do I need to pay off the investments, where is the break-even point, and others related to the winning outcome. In our example, let's focus on costs for product development, infrastructure and support, as well as the marketing expenses and salaries. The last step in the lean canvas is your unfair advantage. This term denotes a special thing about your idea that your competitors are not able to copy or obtain in any possible way. Unfair advantage may include a good reputation, exclusive access to some data, personal authority, community, or any other unique advantage. It's not necessary to seek out your competitive advantage right now. You can fill in this box later when some other things have started to go in your favor. When Uber was founded, its unfair advantage was the experience the application offered: low-priced rides at the push of the button. That's it. Remember that your lean canvas can and needs to be changed once you get new feedback from your customers. While you are in a startup mode, you're still testing various hypotheses. Some get confirmed, some don't. But make sure you adjust your lean canvas according to the facts and not how you wished things were. This was the introduction to the lean canvas model from Railsware. If you're interested in the...
So let's change here from this screen to our presentation. So basically that summarizes how you use a lean canvas to first write your hypothesis about your business opportunity, and second, which things are you going to test with your minimum viable product? Okay, so you depart, okay, from your lean canvas, and then you create your minimum viable product, okay, to test all of those assumptions, okay, you wrote in your lean canvas. Here's the lean canvas. There are plenty of templates on the internet. I think we included one. For your assignment, if you don't want to use this template, you can just use the subtitles, okay, and fill, okay, the blanks. You can use bullets to just make sure it's clear and it's something I would be able to understand, okay? So remember, when you're talking about the problem, the solution, and your unique value proposition, well, you are talking about value proposition. In many cases, you want to include the unfair advantage in that specific statement, okay? You need to understand who are your customers, okay, in order to create your value proposition. If you don't know who your customers are, well, maybe you don't know that well your problem, or you're creating a solution that won't appeal to your customers. This is basically your sustainable competitive advantage. What exactly you're doing that your competitors cannot replicate, okay? What exactly will allow you to go into market and survive, okay, competition? Let me move this. Remember that it's not only about who is your customer, you also need to understand the trends, the size of the market, the growth rate. So what's happening in this industry, okay? That's important to create your business opportunity, okay? I tell my customers, Lean Canvas will help you organize your ideas, make sure you focus on important components of your business opportunities, but you need to go deeper. Okay, you need to actually do your homework and understand what's happening. Okay, it's not only about the bullets, you need to learn a lot more. And this is your business model, okay? And it's basically highlighting the channels because, well, depending on the channels you select, you'll have consequences in your cost structure, okay? So again, your business model is highlighted in this components, okay, of your lean canvas. So here, okay, are the key success factors that you need to design, to create, to think about when you're basically creating your business opportunities, okay? And that's all, okay, for today. Okay, I will see you module 4. Send me your questions, okay? Thank you so much.